Welcome to our countdown of the 10 scariest horror movies to stream on Prime Video in 2025. If you're looking for spine-tingling terror, disturbing thrills, and nightmares that linger, you're in the right place. From classic hauntings to mind-bending thrillers, we've got something for every horror fan. Let's dive into the countdown. Starting off at number 10 is Abigail, 2024, a supernatural thriller that will leave you on the edge of your seat. The film takes place in a dystopian world where a young girl named Abigail searches for her father and uncovers dark secrets about a city controlled by magic. The atmosphere is haunting, and the mystery behind the supernatural forces will keep you hooked. While it's not packed with jump scares, its eerie mood and chilling revelations make it a must-watch for fans of slow-burn horror. Coming in at number 9 is The Collector, 2009. This home invasion horror is not for the faint of heart. The film follows a man who breaks into a house only to find it has been rigged with deadly traps by a sadistic killer. The suspense builds as the protagonist must navigate through the house, avoiding not only the killer, but the gruesome traps designed to snare anyone who enters. It's a dark, gritty horror film that mixes the intensity of Saw with relentless tension, making for a truly nerve-wracking experience. At number 8 is A Quiet Place, Day 1, 2024. The latest installment in the A Quiet Place franchise. Set in the early days of the alien invasion that forces humanity to live in silence, this prequel explores the origin of the terrifying creatures that hunt by sound. With a new group of survivors and the same tense, silent atmosphere that made the original film so successful, Day 1 is a gripping tale of survival, where every sound could mean death. The terrifying creatures are back, and the suspense is amplified with every scene. Number 7 is Men, 2022, a psychological horror film that takes unsettling to a whole new level. Directed by Alex Garland, the film follows a woman who retreats to the countryside after the tragic death of her husband, only to encounter strange and disturbing behavior from the locals. What starts as an eerie experience gradually spirals into a nightmarish exploration of grief, trauma, and malevolent forces. With surreal imagery and an unforgettable ending, Men offers a terrifying examination of the darkness lurking beneath the surface of everyday life. At number 6, Blink Twice, 2024, brings a supernatural mystery that will keep you guessing. The story centers on a young woman who discovers she has the ability to communicate with the dead through blinking. As she uncovers the truth behind her gift, she is drawn into a web of danger and dark forces. The film blends supernatural horror with psychological suspense, leaving you questioning what's real and what's imagined. The unsettling atmosphere and the slow build-up make it an intense experience for anyone looking for a fresh take on the genre. Halfway through our list at number 5 is Dr. Sleep, 2019, the sequel to Stephen King's The Shining. Danny Torrance, now an adult, is struggling with his own trauma and psychic abilities. When he meets a young girl named Abra who has similar powers, they must face off against a group of psychic vampires who feed on children with the Shining. Combining psychological horror with supernatural elements, Dr. Sleep is a worthy follow-up to its predecessor. The suspense, tension, and fear of the unknown are ever present as the film explores both inner and outer demons. Number 4 on our list is Oculus, 2013, a supernatural horror film that will mess with your mind. The story follows two siblings who are haunted by a cursed mirror that has a history of destroying lives. As they try to destroy the mirror, they face disturbing visions of the past and must grapple with the blurred line between reality and illusion. The psychological depth of the film, combined with the intense horror of the supernatural elements, makes Oculus a genuinely terrifying watch. At number 3 is The House of the Devil, 2009, a chilling, slow-burn horror film that oozes dread. Set in the 1980s, it follows a young woman who takes a babysitting job in an eerie mansion, only to discover that something much darker is lurking in the house. The film's pacing is deliberate, creating a sense of unease that builds to a terrifying climax. With its retro style and ominous atmosphere, The House of the Devil is an unforgettable throwback to the classics of horror. Taking the runner-up spot is the classic Rosemary's Baby, 1968, a film that has stood the test of time as one of the greatest horror films ever made. The story centers on a young woman, Rosemary, who becomes pregnant and begins to suspect that her neighbors are part of a satanic cult. The film is a masterclass in psychological horror, gradually building tension and paranoia as Rosemary's world unravels. With a chilling performance from Mia Farrow and a haunting atmosphere, Rosemary's Baby is a terrifying exploration of trust, betrayal, and the unknown. And finally, at number 1, we have the legendary The Exorcist, 1973. No horror movie list is complete without this iconic masterpiece. When a young girl, Regan, becomes possessed by a demonic force, her mother turns to two priests for help in a desperate attempt to save her. The film's eerie atmosphere, spine-chilling moments, and terrifying imagery have made it one of the scariest films of all time. With themes of faith, good versus evil, and the supernatural, The Exorcist remains the ultimate horror experience that continues to haunt audiences decades after its release. That wraps up our list of the 10 scariest horror movies on Prime Video to watch in 2025. Whether you're into supernatural terror, psychological horrors, or classic demonic possession, there's something for every horror fan. Which of these films will you be watching next? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more spine-chilling recommendations.